Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It is officially November, Halloween is over, so in the retail world, that means Christmas is here. If you are not ready for Christmas winter content yet, please save this video for later and watch it after Thanksgiving or whenever you're ready for it. If you are ready, awesome. I am sort of in the middle myself where I am sort of debating about decorating for Christmas early this year, or do I kind of hold off because I am still really enjoying my Halloween decorations. So I'm sort of in this like odd transitional space. But as far as candles go and Bath and Body Works go, I am all in for Christmas and winter scents. Today I have my winter, pretty large, pretty substantial candle haul to share with you. Let me just take a little view of the tower. You'll see my cutoff there, but it goes all the way to the top. Pretty little Christmas tree tower. This is essentially my initial purchases of the winter lineup thus far. As usual, this is not one huge purchase when I go into the store and like haul out all these candles. This is a couple of different purchases, an online purchase. I did some exchanges for unburned fall candles that I just was not going to be able to get to this year. They had an $11.95 candle sale for this collection here at the bottom. It's a little mind-blowing how quickly I was able to amass this candle tower of Christmas candles already. I do have another video that I have filmed with the gingerbread house and a lot of the cool decor. If the other video has gone up first, I will leave the link below, so if you're interested in the decor and hand soaps and a little bit of body care, you can click on that video, but I reserved this video just for candles. As with all my videos, I will show you the candle up close, talk about the scent notes, and give you my cold sniff impressions. This is a haul cold sniff impressions video. These aren't reviews because they haven't been burned yet. If you are interested in reviews, definitely check out my candle empties. I burn the candle in its entirety and I do reviews in the candle empties. I also will do some written reviews on Instagram. Since I do have quite a few candles here, I'm going to go ahead and jump on in. So if you're interested in seeing my haul and hearing my thoughts, let's get started. Okie dokie, I've dismantled the tower a little bit so I can breathe a little bit easier. And I'm going to start first with this Tess collection. One of my candle friends, Mara, I will leave her Instagram below, kindly offered to pick up some of these tree test candle scents while she was at the store. I paid her for them and she shipped them to me, which I greatly appreciate. I don't live close to a test store, so I always appreciate when friends are willing to do that. I'm happy to pay for the candles, of course, but she was super kind and sweet, and she's just a really amazing person, so I'll leave her Instagram name below. So I'm super excited to have these three in my possession. As of right now, these are not available in regular stores. Fingers crossed they will release this particular collection in all stores nationwide. Maybe they'll release part of the collection with different labels. Perhaps they're testing these scents for next year. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. The first one I have here is Balsam and Birch, and the notes are chilled forest air, frosted pine needles, and sweet amber. First, let me say I'm not an expert on tree scents. I do enjoy them. I used to not like them, and over the past couple years I have slowly begun to appreciate them more and more, with last year really being a year for me that I was like, wow, I actually really like some of these scents, especially if they're blended, if they have other notes in there that sort of balances out the woodsy notes. So I'm not going to be able to like exactly describe Birch and Balsam and Alpine and Evergreen and what all the differences are. I can just kind of tell you what I smell. This one is really nice. To me, it is the sweeter of these three. It actually makes me think of a pine and sugar cookie blend, and I know that sounds kind of odd. Why would you want to mix like pine and balsam and evergreen with sugar cookie? But in the vendor wax world, that is a very popular combination. It doesn't necessarily make it an edible scent, but it does sort of balance out those woodsy notes. I do get balsam, pine, and what comes across to me as a really creamy, thick vanilla / sort of sugar cookie kind of scent. If you like vanilla balsam, I think this is one that you'd really like. And if you like your tree scents balanced with the sweetness of a vanilla or a cookie, again, I think you'd like this one. The next one I have is Frosted Alpine, and again, I really like this matte green. I think it's really pretty. The notes are frosted pine, peppermint stick, and vanilla sweet cream, and I really love this one. Candles that are close to it, not exactly the same. The two that come to mind are Winter Mint and Spruce and Snow Day. I don't think this is exactly the same. I did compare this side by side to Snow Day and Winter Mint and Spruce, and to me, they're not exactly the same, but they're definitely in the same family. They all have pine. they all have mint, and they all have vanilla. To me, what hits me first in this one is actually the mint, that sinus opening, cooling mint that comes through, which does sort of make you think of being outdoors when it's mixed with pine. And I really, really like this. If you like a pine, mint, vanilla kind of blend, I think this is definitely a winning scent. And the last one I have in that collection is Evergreen Wreath. The notes are fresh evergreen branches, sugared pine cone, and iced eucalyptus. And that is really kind of what you get here. You definitely get pine, balsam / evergreen variety of woodsy green type of tree scent, and you get a nice amount of the eucalyptus. The eucalyptus adds this very refreshing, almost aromatherapy kind of vibe to the actual scent, and it comes across very refreshing while also still having that Christmassy, Christmas tree, evergreen kind of vibe. To me, none of these are super heavy, and they are all very nice mixes of the tree scents. I'm really excited about this collection. If you live in a test area and you haven't yet checked these out and you love tree scents, definitely go, because the more people who buy them in the test store, the more likely we are to see them pass tests, and so they go out to everyone. Okay, moving on. The next collection I have is this sort of smaller collection. I think there's about 5 scents in it, and I really, really like the packaging of these as well. I love the wraparound labels. This little bit of embossing here, and the lids are these really pretty snowflake lids, which I think are really nice. The first thing I have here is Cherry Mocha. The notes are sweet cherry, decadent chocolate, whipped cream topping. And this is a new scent. The very first time I smelled this, I was like, not so sure about this one. I was really wanting to like it. I love cherry and chocolate. I love chocolate cherry ice cream. In fact, it may be one of my favorite ice creams. I love chocolate covered, like dried cherries. I love that combination. So I was excited for this one, sort of like I was excited for the orange chocolate truffle candle last year. But at least on cold sniff, I'm not 100% sure about this one. When I first smelled it, it smelled very like a medicinal cherry syrup. But the more I have warmed it with my finger and put a little heat to it with a lighter, because it is actually quite cold here now, the more the chocolate notes do come out. So I think once this is burning, I'm really going to enjoy it. And I say that because if you smell it in the store and you're like, oh, this smells like cough syrup, maybe give it another whiff, or, you know, take your finger and, you know, warm it up a little bit, because that's really going to help release some of the fragrance oils. And when you do that, a lot of the chocolate actually comes through. So I actually get more chocolate when it's a little bit warmer, and the cherry does sort of meld into that chocolate. And I actually think I might like it. So first impression, I was like, ugh, not so sure about this. Second impression, third impression, fourth impressions, I'm liking it more and more and more. And I can definitely see that the chocolate note will probably come out a bit more. Is it gonna have a coffee note? Because it is called Mocha. Not 100% sure. I'm not really picking up any kind of coffee note. I'm picking up a really nice, think of a truffle, maybe with a little bit of dusting of cocoa powder with a cherry inside. So like a chocolate covered cherry that you can get this time of year in stores. If you like cherry scents in general, I think you would like this one. The next one I have in that collection is Cinnamon and Clove Buds. And I absolutely adore this label with the poinsettias and the evergreen branches. Like, this label is so beautiful to me. I think it just screams Christmas, but also Christmas like in a little bit of a sophisticated way. I just absolutely love it. Cinnamon and Clove Buds is a classic scent. This is cinnamon leaf, clove bud, and ground nutmeg, and it is a spicy, warm, cozy kind of scent. It's been around for years and years. It isn't as spicy as their spice / holiday scent they normally come out with. This one does have a good amount of cinnamon, but the warming of the clove buds do come through, and it's not as red hot cinnamon as some of the other ones. But don't get me wrong, there is like a red hot sort of component to this, but it's just balanced a bit more by the warming clove. The next one I have in that collection is Citrus and Spice. Again, a really pretty label. This one looks nice for like winter versus Christmas. The notes are bitter orange, fresh clove, and soft musk. And again, this is one that I smelled initially and I was like, ooh, I'm not so sure about this one. I am not sure about this one at all. Firstly, it doesn't register as a spicy scent. The citrus is definitely the top note. I sniffed it again. I spent more time with it. And the more I smelled it, the more familiar it started to smell. I'm like, I have smelled this scent before. And then it dawned on me. It actually smells very similar to this Pure Essential Oil blend called Germ Buster that I have, that I absolutely love, especially when I'm feeling a bit poorly or feel like I have a sinus situation. And you definitely get eucalyptus, rosemary, and the citrus definitely comes through. You definitely get this sort of bitter orange rind versus like a juicy orange. You get clove, a little bit of cinnamon. There's also some tea tree that it seems to come through as well. It's not an exact dupe of this Germ Buster, but it is quite similar. I can see this being really good as sort of a refreshing alternative to the normal Christmas scents. If you're feeling a little bit under the weather, I can see this being a really nice refreshing scent to burn, clear out the air, clear out your sinuses. The spice in this is not super heavy. You definitely get more of the citrus and the tea tree oil, but the spice is still there and kind of adds a little bit of a warming aspect to this scent. So I actually think I really like this one as well and looking forward to burning it. The next collection I have, this sort of sweets collection. I think it's sort of supposed to go as a companion to the Land of Sweets collection that should be coming out relatively soon. The lids on these are super, super cute. They have the little gingerbread houses, which I absolutely love. I adore these lids. I think they're adorable. The packaging is really pretty. I do like it. This one is Peppermint Marshmallow, which is crushed peppermint, fluffy marshmallows, and powdered sugar. This is a classic Bath & Body Works scent. It comes out pretty much every Christmas at this point. Soft, puffy, fluffy marshmallows mixed with this peppermint essential oil. The marshmallow and the vanilla really do come through to balance out that peppermint, and I think it's just absolutely delicious and a classic peppermint vanilla scent from Bath & Body Works. It's not as astringent and sinus opening as Twisted Peppermint. It definitely is softer and sweeter because of the vanilla and the marshmallow. The next one I picked up is the Chocolate Lava Cake, and the notes are scrumptious chocolate cake, gooey cocoa center, and powdered sugar. And this one definitely makes me think of the Hot Fudge Sundae candle that came out last year, or earlier this year, I mean, in the Sweet Shop collection. It smells like Hershey syrup. Like, it feels like when I smell this, I'm smelling a bottle of Hershey syrup. I did sniff this one side by side to Hot Fudge Sundae, and I do think there might be slight differences. I think this is very appropriately named. Chocolate Lava Cake, I'll put a slide picture if you've never seen one, is a cake on the outside, and when you cut into it, you've got all of the fudgy, syrupy goodness that pours out from the middle, and so you definitely get a lot of that Hershey's syrup. I do feel like there is just a little bit of a chocolate cake note. Now, is it because my mind is playing tricks on me because of the name? Possibly. I do think it is 90% Hot Fudge Sundae, but I think it might have been tweaked just a little bit. If you like Hot Fudge Sundae, I think you would like this one for sure. If you like chocolate scents in general, I definitely think you would like this one. It does smell like very authentic Hershey syrup with just a little bit of a cake note. The next one I picked up in that collection is Merry Cookie, and the notes are fresh baked cookies, sparkling sugar, crystals, and rich vanilla. And this is another Bath & Body Works classic scent that comes out pretty much every single year. This smells like an authentic sugar cookie. Because I also melt vendor wax, to me this one has sort of lost some of its main appeal. This scent is just sort of a standard sugar cookie scent, but it is still a really nice scent. So I did pick it up. This may be one that I take back in exchange at some point if I don't end up burning it. But I know it's a lot of people's absolute favorite, and it does smell like a really nice, yummy sugar cookie. The last one in that collection I picked up is Pink Fairy Gumdrop. For some reason, this one just had a plain lid. I love the pink, really pretty. The notes are sparkling sugared berries, pink cotton candy, and a sprinkle of fairy dust. And this one had a lot of people excited. I definitely get cotton candy, and I also get this sort of strawberry, chewy, Laffy Taffy. There's also another candy that I like, High Chews. It smells like a strawberry High Chew. I'll put a picture here if you've never had those, but it's like a chewy kind of candy. I get something, I know that sounds weird, but I get like a chewy vibe. Not bubblegum per se. If this scent had come out in spring or summer, I think I would be like, oh yeah, this is amazing. I think it's just misplaced in the season for me personally, but I could definitely see enjoying this one and even picking up another one for spring or summer, because I think it would be a perfect Easter scent. I think it would be well placed in spring or summer, and it is nice. It's a good strawberry candy, chewy, cotton candy kind of scent. And so if those are the scents that you like, I think you would love this one. Okay, the next row of the candle tower are the White Barn Cork collection, and the first one I have is the Vanilla Balsam. So as you can see, this is the two-toned. It's going to have the gold at the bottom and the green at the top, which I think is really pretty. The issue with these are that they are priced at $26.50, which these aren't more heavy weighted than the other White Barn Core. I mean, it is a pretty glass, but we're all kind of confused and a little bit concerned, I would say, as to why these are $26.50. Is this the beginning of a price increase? Bath & Body Works has done this before, where they have chosen a couple of collections when the candles were $22.50 and they were going to move them up to $24.50. Bath & Body Works chose a couple of collections that were a little bit nicer and moved the price point up. This could be the start of a price increase to $26.50, because I don't really understand why these would be more expensive unless it was just more expensive to create these two-tone glasses. Perhaps that is it. So perhaps this is a one-off. Fingers crossed we don't get a price increase, but it seems like we are getting a $2 price increase every 2 years or so. So we might be getting a price increase, y'all. So we'll have to just see how it goes. I did an exchange. I paid the $2 difference. It wasn't a big deal. I do absolutely love this scent. The notes are balsam fir, frosted vanilla, snow-capped pine needles. It is their fresh balsam scent mixed with vanilla. To me, fresh balsam, although I like it, can be a little bit too heavy and astringent for me personally. So when you put the vanilla in it, to me it's perfect. It's just absolutely wonderful. It does look like they were originally printed with $24.50 and they slapped on a new sticker. Some of the ones at my store actually had $26.50 on the label. Like this one has the $24.50 and some of them have the sticker. So we'll see what happens with this collection. I don't know if these are going to go on sale when all the other candles go on sale, or are these going to be included in Candle Day. I guess we'll have to see. This is the only one I picked up because, again, it's the only scent that I wanted. Love this scent. I'm hoping we see it back in another packaging for $24.50, because I could definitely burn probably 2 of these in the season. The next one I picked up is the Classic Winter. I really love the matte jars. They brought these out for fall for the first time, and I really think they're pretty. The notes of winter are white woods, pine needles, sparkling clementine, and spiced clove. And apparently the notes of winter changed from last year. Don't be concerned about that. Bath & Body Works is notorious for putting different scent notes on candles from year to year. The scent is not changed. I smelled this one in another version of winter and they smell the exact same as all previous years. It is an absolute classic Bath & Body Works scent. To me, it is like a trifecta that I have to burn: a winter, a 'tis the season, and a peppermint scent from them every single year. And so I absolutely love it. It's woodsy and pine and tree scented, but it also, you get this like cool coldness that comes through, and then you get a little bit of the citrus and this warm clove that comes through as well. It all just blends together and it just smells like winter in a jar to me. The next one I picked up is the Perfect Christmas. I love the Christmas red, and this one actually has red wax inside. Most of the White Barn Court candles have white wax, but this one has red, which I thought was kind of neat. The notes are fresh cut pine, cinnamon sugar, and toasted marshmallow, and this one is amazing. I definitely get the warm cinnamon clove blend first. It is not a red hot cinnamon. To me, it is definitely more of a warm type baking cinnamon versus a red hot spicy spice cinnamon. The spice is balanced with a nice amount of marshmallow, vanilla, definitely leans more toward a marshmallow, and then you get the pine that comes through. So top notes are definitely the spice with the marshmallow and then the pine. I think the blend is simple, but beautifully effective and well balanced. I think that the pine could have easily overwhelmed the spice in this one, or vice versa. And to me, I get all the different notes and it just comes together as a really great Christmas scent. I think the Perfect Christmas is a very applicable name. I love the red. I love the fact that the wax is red, and I am really looking forward to burning this one. The next one I have is Spiced Clementine, and I really like the sort of holographic look to this one. This one also has orange wax, which again I think is really neat. The notes of Spiced Clementine are fresh clove bud, cinnamon stick, clementine zest, and ground ginger. And this was another one that upon very first sniff I was like, oh, I'm not so sure about this one. But the more I smelled it and the more I warmed it up, I actually started really to like it. It definitely reminds me of a clove studded orange. I'll put a picture in here so you can see what I'm talking about. That's what comes to mind when I smell this scent. The warm clove comes through very nicely. You definitely get sort of a mixture of spices. I actually sort of think of like pumpkin clove that they brought out in fall. Dial down the clove and the spices a little bit and sort of replace clementine and citrus with pumpkin. Some people don't associate orange and citrus with Christmas. I do, because we always got oranges in stockings, chocolate covered orange candy, the Terry's chocolate covered orange. This always has been a part of my Christmas. So to me, this does have a place in the Christmas lineup. Although I could see wanting to burn this into spring, or this being a nice transitional scent from winter into spring. I absolutely love clove anyway. So you give me clove, you give me a little bit of a spicy cinnamon, you add that to a nice citrus. There definitely is the zest. You get the zest of a clementine / orange, but there is a little bit of something juicy as well. It's almost like a little bit of the juice from the orange or the clementine also was mixed in with the spices. So I actually really like this one. If you're not a fan of orange and citrus, then you're probably not going to like this one. one, but if you're a fan of clove and spices with some of that orange, and you like clove studded oranges at Christmas, and that's something that a smell that you associate with Christmas, I can see that you might really like this one. The last White Barn Core collection I picked up is Cranberry Peach, this very vibrant pink color. This one just has white wax. I love, again, the matte look though. I think it's really pretty. The notes are sweet peaches, tart cranberry, and sugared musk, and I am on the fence about this one. I am not a huge fan of peach scents. I used to love peach scents, and then I just kind of stopped liking them. They're not my favorite. But this one, I was like, okay, I definitely get the peaches first. You sort of think of Bath & Body Works standard peach scents, farm stand peaches, market peaches, all of those. But the tart cranberry in this one is what I think excites me about this scent, because I do love cranberry scents. This one has this nice balance between the very sweet peaches and then the tart cranberry. But there is something underlying that's almost slightly body care-esque that moves this from being like an edible scent to more of a wearable, fruity body care kind of scent. So I'm curious about this one. I think this is one that I'll actually burn in November, because I do cranberry scents in November, and I'll try it out. If you like fruity, body care-esque kind of scents with a little bit of tartness, then you might like this one. If you're one that doesn't like fruity scents, this is definitely a fruity scent, so it may not be for you. Alrighty, the next collection I have is the collection that's been out for quite a while. They sort of released it as an end of fall, early winter collection. I actually really like the labels on these. I think they're really pretty. It has like a matte look with a little bit of like embossing throughout. And I think it's just really, really pretty. The lids are these cute little tree starburst kind of look, and I think they're really unique and pretty. The first one I have here is Winter White Woods, and the notes are glistening icicles, dried cedar wood bark, and spiced sandalwood. I think a lot of people are excited that this might match the hand soap from last year. To me, it really doesn't exactly match. I don't have the hand soap anymore to compare side by side, but just going by memory, although I do like this scent. You definitely get this outdoorsy vibe. We think about walking through a forest and there's snow on the ground, and then think about a log cabin being in the distance and there being a lot of smoke coming out of the log cabin. I definitely get this liquid smoke vibe from this one. Not fireside, not a hearth kind of bonfire note, but it's distinctly this sort of liquid smoke that comes through. I'm not normally a fan of liquid smoke because that note is not super, super dominant. To me, this one comes across as a very cozy, cold winter scent. Think woodsy, smoky, warm. I did compare it side by side to last year's Yuletide and Evening Hearth, and it is not the same as either of those scents, but I would say in the same kind of general family. So if you like those previous year's scent, then you might like this one. The next one I picked up in that collection is Frozen Lake, and can we take a moment to admire the freaking adorable hedgehogs? Like, I just cannot. Y'all probably know by now if you watch my fall hauls, I love hedgehogs. They are just so freaking stinking cute to me, and I think these are adorable. You have like a mama hedgehog pulling a little baby on a sled, and I think it's absolutely adorable. Frozen Lake is a returning scent. The notes are lavender leaves, cool eucalyptus, and juniper berries, and to me, this is a fresh cologne type scent. Now, cologne scents are not scents that I gravitate toward at all, and I stay far, far away from them. In fact, I do not prefer them. They tend to give me headaches. In the past, I think 2 years of this candle has been out. I've never burned it. I've smelled it. I've kind of liked it, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna like it. But this year, I think probably because of the hedgehog label a little bit, but also because of my nose, I'm a little bit more drawn to this scent. I've smelled it in store, and I'm like, you know what? This isn't too strong or heavy. It actually registered to me this year as a bit fresher, like without sort of that cologne undertone. I definitely pull the cologne undertone. When it says lavender leaves, that definitely is what registers as like a cologne type of lavender, a heavier lavender, not authentic. I am still on the fence about it, but if you like cologne scents, especially fresh cologne type scents, I can see you really liking this one. The next one I have in that collection is Winter Candy Apple with a cute little Scotty dog. I just think the label is so cute. This one has a different lid. So this candle was offered free as like an exclusive free candle, basically. Make any purchase online and you get this free candle. So I was purchasing something anyway, so I went ahead and took that deal because I do like the scent. The notes of Winter Candy Apple are candied apples, crisp pear, and oranges, and this to me is a classic Bath & Body Works scent, not only in candle form but in body care. It's been around a very long time. I actually still like it because it's very nostalgic to me. It takes me back to middle school. It takes me back to the 90s. It's sweet, it's juicy, it's fruity, and it's just a classic. Is it really a seasonal winter Christmas scent? No, not really, but because I have associated it for so many years, decades, now telling my age totally. It is a winter scent for me because it is just so nostalgic. So I absolutely love it. The next one I picked up is Hot Cocoa and Cream. Again, the label is so cute with a little kitty looking out of the window. I just love the labels on this. I think they are so well done. I also love this gray brown jar. I think it's really, really pretty. All of these do have white wax. The notes of Hot Cocoa and Cream are decadent milk chocolate, fresh steamed milk, and mini marshmallows. And this is a returning scent for I think the past 4 years now. When it first came out, everyone loved it because it is so good. It is a very authentic hot cocoa and cream scent. It definitely smells like hot cocoa powder. You got a bag of the Swiss Mix powder or the Williams and Sonoma cocoa powder, and it is a strong thrower, a great burner, and it has just been a favorite of many. So I did decide to pick up one to burn this year. It is very, very good. The next one I have in that collection is Snowflakes and Citrus. And again, the label is so cute with the little snowman and the cardinal. I just think it's adorable, and I love this sort of gray blue jar. I think it's really, really pretty. The notes of Snowflakes and Citrus are frozen lemon peel, fresh squeezed mandarin, and winter white mango. And as you can imagine with those notes, this isn't a traditional Christmas scent. This is the exact same scent as the Midnight Blue Citrus scent that comes out in spring and summer. A lot of times in the White Barn Core collection, it's a very popular scent. This is the exact same scent as Midnight Blue Citrus. I would describe this one as a citrusy, fruity kind of scent. For me, I do like to burn this scent at the end of January because by the time the end of January rolls around, I am over the heavy spice and tree scents of December. I am over the mint scents that I typically burn in January, and I'm ready for a little bit of something fresher and clean and citrusy to sort of move me into spring. And so I do tend to pick this one up every single year. I don't know why I pick it up always as Snowflakes and Citrus instead of Midnight Blue Citrus. I don't tend to burn it in late spring or summer, but I do love to burn this one in late January, early February. And it's just nice and bright, especially if it is a cold, snowy day outside. To me, this one is just a nice one to sort of move me into what I'm hoping for at that point, warmer weather. And the last one I picked up in that collection is Flannel. Again, super cute. I love this look. This is actually sort of a raised texture on this polar bear here. I think it's adorable. I love the color of the jar. The notes of Flannel are fresh bergamot, heirloom mahogany, and soft musk. And as you can imagine, if you've been watching my videos, I do not like this scent. This is a heavy cologne scent. I could barely even smell it on cold sniff because it's like instantly wants to give me a headache. I bought this for my son. It has become a tradition that every single year for a long time now, I have given my son this candle for Christmas. The very first year I gave it to him, he opened it and said, Flannel. Totally mispronounced it, and so now it's just become this sort of, well, now it's not an inside joke anymore since I've shared it with you all, but a running sort of family joke. We always call it Flannel now, and he sort of expects to get it every year, so I did pick it up in this packaging for him. The next candle I have is Into the Night. This one doesn't belong to any particular collection. This is the body care scent that matches the body care that was recently released. I think the packaging on this is just really pretty, gorgeous actually. I love the sparkle. It has this plain black matte lid, which I think is really nice. The notes are sugared raspberry, velvet rose petals, shimmering amber, and creamy musk. And I'm not normally a fan of body care scents in candle form. I do like this scent in body care. I bought the little perfume and I'm planning on picking up the shower gel and a lotion. As far as the candle, it's probably going to be a little bit too floral for me personally. It's definitely a pretty sophisticated, mature, slightly floral kind of scent. You definitely get the musky sort of perfume. It's a perfume scent for sure. I don't like perfume scents in candle form. I don't know why. They sort of tend to give me a headache similar to cologne scents. But if you like your perfume scents and you like a little bit more of a sophisticated kind of perfume scent, you might like this one. I know I'm not being overly descriptive in this particular candle. Definitely check out some other reviews of people who really like these kind of scents and gravitate toward them a bit more. I might try to burn it and see how I feel about it, but at least on cold sniff, I'm not sure that I'm gonna love it when it's burning. I picked up only one of this collection. This is sort of, I think it's called the All That Glitters collection. To me, this registers as a New Year's collection with the packaging. They always, Bath & Body Works always releases a collection that's sort of geared toward New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and that's sort of what this collection reminds me of. I picked up Champagne Toast in a different collection, so I only picked up Marshmallow and Fireside in this one. The notes are toasted marshmallow, smoldering woods, fire roasted vanilla, and crystallized amber, and this is another classic Bath & Body Works scent. You get a nice amount of that smoky Fireside kind of vibe, but it is very much cut and well balanced with the sweet marshmallow and vanilla. A lot of the marshmallow vanilla comes through. I personally can't handle Fireside by itself. It's just a little bit too heavy and smoky for me, although I do like bonfire scents. This one is great. It's a classic. And the last collection I have here are sort of the classic Bath & Body Works scents that most of these are returning. The first one I have is Spiced Gingerbread. Look at this adorable, doggone cute label. I love gingerbread men. I love gingerbread houses. I think they're just so cute and festive for the holiday. And I think this label is so pretty with the sparkles. Oh, I love it. The lids on these are also super cute. I love all the holiday ornaments, the little baubles. I think they're so pretty. These all have different colored wax to sort of match their label. So I really like that. The notes of Spiced Gingerbread are vanilla icing, cinnamon sugar, and fresh ground nutmeg. And thankfully this scent has returned again. I think it's been out several years now in a row. I really love it. I love actually burning this scent in November because I love gingerbread scents for November. You get a lot of ginger and nutmeg, of course, as you would expect. Not a fresh ginger, but a ground ginger. You definitely get a good amount of like an icing. There's not as much of a bakery note that actually comes through on this one. You get the spices of the gingerbread and a little bit of the icing. I really, really love it. I'm glad it's back and I'm looking forward to burning it soon. The next one I picked up in that collection is Chocolate Peppermint Dream. Again, really cute label. I love how the coloring that they've chosen for these kind of match what the scent is supposed to be. I love the little glittery bells. Super, super cute. The notes are crushed peppermint candies, creamy chocolate, and white sugar crystals. And this is a chocolate and peppermint scent. I did pull out some of my other chocolate and mint scents. Bath & Body Works comes out with a chocolate and peppermint mint scent pretty much every year, if not a couple of different ones. Is it the exact same as mint chocolate versus mint mocha versus chocolate mint peppermint? I mean, there's so many different ones. They're all in the same family. If you like peppermint and chocolate, you're gonna like this one. To me, the chocolate in this one definitely registers more as the mint chocolate because it's a bitter chocolate. The chocolate note itself is not as sweet, milk chocolatey as some other scents they've had in the past. This one registers more to me as like a more of a bitter dark chocolate mixed with a good amount of the creamy vanilla and the peppermint. I like peppermint chocolate scents this time of year, especially in January, so I had to pick this one up. It's a really good variation of the mint chocolate family, let's say. So if you like this kind of scents, I think you definitely would like this one. The next one I picked up is Vanilla Bean Noel, a classic Bath & Body Works scent. I love the dark green wax. And again, the labels with the little glittery deer, really pretty. The notes are vanilla bean, marshmallow fluff, and vanilla cake. And this is a classic scent. Yummy, yummy, yummy vanilla scent. It is delicious in body care. It makes me want to like lick myself. That sounds so weird, but it does because it's so delicious. The candle, unfortunately, in previous years for me has been disappointing because it always is very, very light. Vanilla scents are lighter scents in general, in my opinion. This one tends to be very light. I have to say that at least on cold sniff, this one does seem a little bit stronger, but you really can't go by that. You have to burn a candle to tell how strong it's going to be. It might be one that I take back in exchange. I'm just not feeling vanilla as much this year, but the mood might strike me and I might decide to want to burn it. It's an amazingly delicious and yummy vanilla scent. The next one I have is the quintessential Christmas scent in my opinion. 'Tis the Season. Again, I love this dark wax and I do like the label on this one as well. I think it's really pretty. 'Tis the Season is also out right now in the Whiteborn Core collection, which I might go back and pick that one up. I love 'Tis the Season. As I said, it is Christmas in a jar for me. Rich red apple, sweet cinnamon, and cedar wood. It is just Christmas. Like, this scent has been around a very, very, very long time as well. When I smell it, I instantly just get transported to all of the Christmas memories of growing up. It's so nostalgic. It is so perfect. Like I said, Christmas in a jar to me is the quintessential must have, must burn every single year Christmas scent. I absolutely love it. I also picked up the Winter Candy Apple in this packaging. Love the bright red, the cute little owls and the apples. Again, the packaging on this whole line is so cute. This scent normally comes out in a couple different packaging, so you can choose which one you like the best. The next one I have is Twisted Peppermint, another Bath & Body Works classic. I love the pink and the labeling. Again, yes, I'm gushing about these. I just think they're so pretty and effective. I love them. They're fun, they're playful, without being like over the top. And I just think they're really cute. The notes are cool peppermint, peppermint, sugared snow, vanilla buttercream, and fresh balsam, and a hint of musk. And again, classic scent. I pick one up every year. Has to be burned. Typically for me in January. Sinus opening peppermint. You definitely get sort of a little bit of a body care vibe with the musk, and it's slightly sweet, Christmassy perfection. I love it in body care and in candle form. It is just a classic Bath & Body Works scent that I feel like sometimes we see these scents over and over and over and we forget how amazing these original scents were. So for me, they are staples every year. And lastly, I picked up Champagne Toast in this packaging. I love the light pink. I love the little New Year's crackers and the champagne glasses. I said it so many times with this packaging, but I just think it's so pretty. Champagne Toast is bubbly champagne, sparkling berries, and sweet orange. Another Bath & Body Works classic scent. For me, this is my New Year's Eve, New Year's Day scent that I always burn. I've probably been burning this scent for a decade. Every year at New Year's Eve, it just, for me, is my scent of that time now. I don't really get a true effervescent note from this, but it is more of like a bubbly aspect that could be in my mind. But to me, it always has been like a sweet, bubbly, berry kind of scent. And it's great to sort of end the spicy, heavy, woodsy scents of Christmas. And then this kind of moves me into January where I'm doing mint and sort of lighter type scents. So a classic that I really enjoy. Okie dokie, y'all, that is it. That is my entire winter Christmas Bath & Body Works pretty large candle haul. I will likely be picking up more candles in the future as they release additional collections. The Land of Sweets collection is coming. There also are probably some additional candles in these collections that will come out. And they always surprise us with a couple of other collections for Candle Day and closer to the actual Christmas holiday itself. I'm really looking forward to trying the new scents. Let me know in the comments below which candles you have picked up, which ones are on your list, which ones you're super excited about, especially of the new scents. Which are you really looking forward to trying? Also, let me know what your favorite returning classic Bath & Body Works scents is. If you watch this video in its entirety, leave me a winter or Christmas emoji below. Snowflakes, snowman, Christmas tree, Santa Claus, whatever strikes your fancy. I always love to see what emojis y'all come up with. And for those of you who don't have time or don't want to write like a full comment, it's always nice to just engage with you a little bit and kind of see your faces and your names, and just have that engagement is always really important to me. If you like this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see other videos like this, please subscribe if you haven't already. You can hit the little button down here to subscribe. I'm not sure which video will go up first, this one or the candle accessory video, but other than these two Bath & Body Works videos, I will have other wintry Christmas videos to come. Thank you all so much for all of your likes, comments, and engagement on these videos. It really keeps me motivated to keep going. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.